Good evening, everybody. It's Monday, March 17, 2025. This is a regular meeting of the Moscow City Council and St. Patrick's Day. Are you feeling patriotic?
I am, yeah. If you could please stand if you're able for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, jumping right into it. First up is the consent agenda, and this is a list of items that have been previously considered by the Administrative and/or the Public Works and Finance Committee and are broadly of a routine or non-controversial nature. Any item can be pulled by a member of City Council for separate consideration if they so desire.
I move we approve the consent agenda.
Second?
Second. Give it Julio. Give it to Julia.
Because I wore real green.
I see.
Bryce.
Aye.
Sandra.
Aye.
Julia.
Aye.
Drew.
Aye.
Okay, there goes the consent agenda. Next up is mayor's appointments. I have none for this evening. And after that, public comment in the mayor's response period. And for the next 15 minutes, in 3-minute increments, we invite members of the public to come to the podium, give us your name, your place of residence, and in 3 minutes, give us a piece of your mind. As long as it's not on tonight's agenda, nor pending before planning and zoning, the Board of Adjustment, nor associated with litigation involving the city. Go. Please come right up.
Thank you very much. First off, for allowing this time. My name is Ryan Cook. I live in Troy, and I am a stake president of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And we have 6 congregations within our region area that I help oversee. 3 of those 6 are in the city of Moscow. And so first off, I just wanted to say thank you to the city and civic leaders for all that you do to support and help the individuals, not only in our congregations, but throughout the community. And we appreciate all of the past and future civic actions that will take place in order to support individuals and families. The primary reason that I wanted to take a few moments this evening is just to let you know that as disciples of Jesus Christ, it's very important for us to be of service in our communities. We're involved with organizations already, such as Family Promise of the Palouse, the Habitat for Humanity, several of the area food banks, and also Just Serve website. And we know that as we serve others, we're helping our youth and other individuals in our communities to develop character and also to serve those around us. We just want to, as a church, let you know that we are excited to be of service, and we are here. We would like to be, as congregations, on the top of your list when you need service, when there's something that you need a group to participate in, whether that be beautification projects around the city, natural disasters, if and when they do occur, emergency situations, things like that. We're here and we appreciate the opportunities that we get to be able to serve. And so that's the primary focus and reason for my comments and being here this evening, is just to let you know that it's an important thing for us as congregations and as disciples of Jesus Christ to be of service. And we look forward to being able to do that in any way that we can. And again, appreciate all of the service and work that you do as civic leaders. And if we can be of service, please do reach out to us and let us know how we can help. So
Mr.
thank
Mayor?
you.
Yes, ma'am.
Question, if
Yes.
that's okay. Is that all right, sir?
Go for it.
What would be the best way to reach out to you should something come up?
So on just the internet, the website, you can look up the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and it will list several of our local congregation leaders, which Their titles are bishops, and they work directly with the individual congregations. I am happy to give you my name and number as well, and you can reach out to me at any time.
Great.
We just look forward to opportunities that we can have within the community to serve and to help.
Thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions, Mayor? Or
No, but very much appreciate your offer. Thanks very much for that.
absolutely. Thank you for your time.
You bet.
Thank you.
Who else?
My name's Annette Pimentel, and I'm here tonight in my role as communication director for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints with President Cook. And I have attended several city council meetings, and I just wanted to acknowledge to you how much I appreciate the work that the city does. And both we as residents of Moscow and in fact, our worship in our churches is very dependent on things like roads that we can drive to and things like the sewer system and garbage pickup. And a lot of that stuff becomes very invisible. And I wanted to express on my own behalf and behalf of our other congregants, gratitude to you for all of those things and the things I don't even know about that you do. So that is what I wanted to say. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
What a delight. We don't often get to hear that. Appreciate that very much. Anyone else? Okay. Hearing none, we'll move along to a public hearing. The Sloniker Drive turnaround easement vacation. Bob Bedell.
Mr. Mayor, I think you skipped number 4.
Oh, the P&Z. I've leaped right over it. I think I'm having,
I think Mike's all right with that.
thank you for that, but I'm having P&Z PTSD flashbacks, I think, or something from the old day. Okay, we got Mike Ray and Dennis Wilson here to give us an annual report on what planning and zoning has been up to.
Well, thank you, Your Honor, Council. I'm here to introduce Dennis Wilson, who's the chair of the Planning and Zoning Commission. Dennis previously served as vice chair for a number of years, and this is his second year as chair of the commission. So with that, I'd like to turn it over to Dennis to tell you what the commission's been up to for the last year.
Thank you, Mike. And welcome, Dennis.
Okay, thanks, Mike. All right, guys. Mayor, thanks for having me. Good evening, council.
Yeah, when I got to you,
Breaking the ice. Hi, Mia. This should be short. My first time up here, I feel blessed. Most of these items that we're going to go over, you guys have already had. You've already seen, been through you, so hopefully it'll go quick and painless. Start by introducing our commission. Of course, you have me as the chair, Rich Beebe as vice chair, Cole Mize as second vice chair. Both those guys have been thrust into action. Cole a little bit more thrust in one time, but he did well. They both do well. It's good to have them as backup. We have Rob Parrish still. He's still with us. Like Mike said, he was our previous vice chair. Then we have a couple, like Scott Gropp. He came probably 3 or 4 years ago. And right at the right time, we had some illumination projects going on. We was able to take a field trip with him, and that worked out great. A couple OGs. We got Joe, Nels, Sue. Those guys bring invaluable information to us. It's a pleasure to listen to them talk and ramble on about what's happened in the past, what's going on now, and it's great, pretty neat. And then Victoria, she's my boss. She keeps me in line in the meetings and tells me what's going on and what's not going on. And Bryce, thank you for everything you do down there. Bryce, thanks. And Mike, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention this guy. He's my stud. I threw him under the bus several times, and he's responded with Johnny on the spot answers. So good for him. Jennifer, too. I don't see her, but she chases me down when she needs my signatures and gets me to where I need to be. And so I thank her as well. Like I said, hopefully this won't take too much of your time. Some recent projects. First is our self-storage facility ordinance. Well, I know we had an individual like this. This is where we seem to be leaning towards smaller houses, smaller footprints, which equals smaller storage spaces. So people need a place to store their spot. So we're trying to get it, or we did get it to where we can have storage spaces and they, so people can use them. I've drawn a blank here, what I'm going on. But the big thing we want to do, and we went back and forth several times on this. I mean, it was a debate after debate after debate, but we wanted it to fit in. We just didn't want to go in there and rape the property and put up a steel fence and steel building. So we went through it, and we think we put up a couple of good designs for you guys to look at, which obviously we did it pass and went through good. So, but with the smaller houses, they need places, there's no storage. So they needed some place to store their stuff. And I think that worked out good. Next up is, what we got next? Buffer yard ordinance. A prime example of this is the IMSI building, not IMSI,
Lightcast.
yeah, I went there. I go by there 6 times a day. Like this, yeah. Prime example of that going into Almond Street. The headlights were shining in, it would have been shining there if that buffer wasn't there. So that was a perfect example. If you guys want to drive by there, it worked out great. It makes this right here. Where's it at? I swear I practiced this, you guys. Oh, back. I lost the matrix.
They flashed by there for a minute.
Did it? Oh, there it is. This is what we went to make it more visually. So it's easier to read, more effective, and more flexible. So each project is different. So this allows us to be more flexible to what's ever happening between the intensities of the zoning. So if you got a zone 4 and a zone 1, it kind of helps buffer that a little bit. Ordinance, you guys approved that on November 4th, 24, so that's probably familiar with you as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
Continuing education. Tyler Palmer, this guy's a rock star. I love seeing him come in there. He is my hero because he made me feel better about what we're doing with the water, how we're approaching it, and where we're going with it, and what's in the future. So I hope we get to see him every year coming back. That's great to see him. Neil, same thing. This guy, another hero of mine. He has some kind of matrix that makes affordable housing work, even with the increase in value. And you guys know our property values have increased tremendously, but still he makes this work. I listened to the matrix twice now. Haven't quite got it all in my head yet, but still learning, and hopefully I'll get it the next couple times. But whatever he's got going, it's working. Council, I missed this meeting. Hope we get to do it again. It's important to us to know what you guys are thinking. I'm sure you guys want to know what we're thinking, and work collaborative effort to move this place forward at the growth rate that we're going. That's about all I have. Do you guys have any questions? Sorry, it's so short, but you guys know what's going on. You've already passed everything that I'm talking about. So
I just have one question.
Sure.
And this isn't anything specific, and it's not meant to catch you in anything. Okay.
we got Mike right here.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. What are some things that planning and zoning is looking forward to right now?
Looking forward to. I don't think we have anything, do we? I mean, we missed one meeting, so we have a public hearing coming up in a month, I think, don't we? Yeah. I forgot what that was about, but I honestly don't know what. I'm not looking forward to anything. Just whatever that comes up, I'm there and
Great.
going. Yeah.
Thanks.
Another question?
I've got a comment, Mr. Mayor. Sure. As council liaison, it's been a delight to learn from you all, especially as you suggested the OGs on the commission.
Yeah, they're great.
It's been a wellhead of knowledge for me, going into my second year on council, and it was funny even when we were choosing our various commissions that we wanted to be liaisons. I wanted to be on P&Z. I wanted to be the council liaison again on P&Z just to continue to learn. And sometimes I get the energy that people are like, that's too much in the weeds for kind of like the spicy stuff. But I like the weeds, and it's been great to learn from you all, and you all are doing great work.
Amazing. We have so much continuing education. So many. I mean, Victoria brings the books in there that we read about the walkability and the bikeability and the electric car ability and all that stuff that we're reading about. So there's a lot of stuff that we do that helps us. And those OGs you're talking about, they are the best. They're a wealth of information.
Yeah.
As is Victoria and Mike, all of them. It's a good crew.
Yeah, I will say that in my decade on planning and zoning, way back when, some of the OGs were still OGs back in 2003, and they've been around and they know a lot of stuff. But the work of planning and zoning is always very seriously considered by the people up here. You guys do all the legwork, take care of a lot of the details, hammer through all of the hard questions, and bring us a very nice finished product for my colleagues up here to contemplate and make a decision on. So thanks for your work and really outstanding stuff. So
Well, a
bravo.
lot of you guys have been there too, and so thank you for your time and what you're doing. I appreciate it. You guys are awesome. I do have one other thing. If you guys
Please.
got any more questions or anything, I just wanted to say, I'm involved with the NBA, Moscow Baseball Association, something different off the topic, but I want to cordially invite every one of you to our opening day, April 12th, 8 o'clock
AM or PM?
a.m.
Okay, all right. Just making sure.
8 o'clock a.m., opening ceremonies. First pitches should be about 8:45. There'll be coffee, donuts, hot chocolate. We've cooking burgers. Any of you guys want to come out there? We'd love to have you. It's going to be a lot of fun, a lot of kids, a lot of families. So you're more than welcome. We'd love to have you.
What was the date on that, Dennis?
April 12th.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah, no worries. Anything else?
Finishing it with a PSA. Nice.
I didn't, yeah, I did. Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Dennis.
Thanks, Mike.
Okay, now we get on to my prematurely advertised public hearing for the Slonaker Drive turnaround easement vacation from Bob Bouvel. And the way a public hearing works is the city presents, in this case, the particulars of the case. There is no applicant, so it's just the city this time, during which the council can ask technical questions at that point. After that, we hear from the public for testimony in favor of, followed by testimony in opposition, followed by testimony of a general nature. After that, city can clarify anything that came up that doesn't seem quite right or needs more amplification. City council can ask questions, and after that, the public hearing closes and council deliberates and achieves a decision. So with that, the public hearing opens. Go, Bob.
Good evening. Thank you. As Mr. Mayor formally announced, my name is Bob Bouvel, and I'm here to talk to you today about the Slonaker Drive turnaround easement vacation. Just in case anyone is unfamiliar with the area we're referring to, the easement, the turnaround is on Slonaker Drive, which is up here off of Mountain View. Just quickly want to go through some of the state statute requirements that we need to go through in order to vacate an easement, a public access easement like this one. Some of the requirements of the statutes include easements shall be vacated in the same manner as streets. In order to vacate an easement or a public right-of-way, we have to hold a public hearing and to consider the proposed abandonment. 30 days prior to the hearing, we need to advertise a notice that we intend to hold a public hearing regarding the abandonment. Also, 30 days prior to that, we need to notify all of the public franchise, or not the public, the franchise utilities in the area to get any comment or concerns that they have. And we also need to mail and notify any property owners that abut the vacated easement. Another thing that we have to consider is that easements shall be reserved for any utilities, public or private, within the right-of-way. And that's something that we also had to consider since this was a public access easement as well. And the other thing that we need to consider is we need a determination that the vacation is in the best interest of the public. This is the plat for the Blackwood first edition, and what's important about this plat is the road system within the plat kind of creates a little T, and this northern T is too long to be considered a turnaround by fire code. So the developer was required to install a turnaround at the northern terminus of Slonaker Drive to create a turnaround for fire trucks and other vehicles that needed to turn around at the end of that. This is a zoomed in photo of the subject easement. You can see it's clearly labeled as a turnaround easement. And I also want to point out this franchise public utility easement that runs adjacent to the Slonaker right-of-way. As you can see, the Slonaker Drive, so this is the easement down here, the subject easement. As you can see, Slonaker Drive has been extended, and there are several other options for turnarounds for emergency vehicles and the public to use further north. This is the easement area, and as you can see, we've already removed the turnaround, sidewalks, curb, topsoil, pavement has all been installed, and the turnaround has already been removed. So staff's recommendation is to hold a public hearing, and after considering the public testimony, approve the vacation ordinance under suspension of the rules requiring 3 complete separate readings, and that it be read by title, published by summary. Are there any questions?
Julia?
So this area of the turnaround is on the property at 1306 Slonaker?
Yes,
It's not, it's the city's property?
No.
It's just an easement? Okay.
it is an easement. But it's state statutes, when it comes to vacating, particularly a public access easement, very much treat easements like right-of-way.
Okay. I just want to make sure I had the details straight.
Mhm.
Nobody else?
I don't have any questions at this time.
Okay,
All
great.
right. I move that we hold, oh, wait,
Wait,
sorry,
but wait.
but wait. Forgot.
Thank you for the moment, Bob. Don't run off. At this time, public testimony in favor of the vacation of the easement. Public testimony in opposition. And testimony of a general nature. Okay, hearing none, it doesn't seem like there's any need to make the plea again. So at this time, the public hearing is closed. Council, please deliberate.
I go with what Julie was about to say.
I move that, do I have to do the first part or just the approve? I move that we approve the vacation ordinance under suspension of the rules requiring 3 complete and separate readings, and that be read by title and published by summary.
Second.
Moved and seconded. I assume there's no further discussion.
I guess I will ask one question here, Mr. Mayor.
Oh, good. please.
To my knowledge, this is the first time that I'm seeing something like this in my time on council. Like, how often do these kinds of decisions come about, or have these kind of public hearings or actions come about? Just kind of when subdivisions further extend and clearly there's no use or no need for these. Like, yeah, how often does this come about usually?
So for temporary turnarounds, it's fairly infrequent because we oftentimes don't see them very frequently. You will see at various times requests for right-of-way or for easement vacations, but again, it's probably vacation request maybe one every year or two.
Okay.
So not very frequent.
Yeah, great. Thanks, Bill. Thank you.
Nothing from me.
Nothing further? Okay. Sandra,
Aye.
Bryce,
Aye.
Drew,
Aye.
Julia.
Aye.
Okay. We are in ordinance 2025-2-02. An ordinance of the city of Moscow, Idaho, a municipal corporation of the state of Idaho, providing for the vacation of turnaround easement located along a portion of Lot 9, Block 1 of the Blackwood First Edition, located within the city of Moscow and legally described in Section 2 of this ordinance. providing that the title to said vacated turnaround easement shall vest with the owners of the property as specified in Section 4 of this ordinance, providing that the provisions of this ordinance be deemed severable, and providing for this ordinance to be in full force and effect from the date of its passage, approval, and publication according to law. Done and done. So we've hit the bottom of the lengthy list of items for tonight. Reports. Julia.
So in the last couple of weeks, I got to go to the Fair and Affordable Housing Commission. We had a lengthy discussion about the possibility of having a housing authority in the area and what that might look like. It was a presentation to us from a group of interested folks, and a lot of good information there about affordable housing. And the next meeting of Fair and Affordable Housing will also be on the same topic. So if that is of interest to you, there were probably as many visitors at that meeting as there were commissioners. So
Nice.
we may need a bigger room next time. Next meeting in April, they'll be talking with other places in Idaho that have created a housing authority. And I also went to the open house to get public feedback on the eCity Park stage development, which was great. And I read all the comments, which I don't know if I was allowed to do, but I read them anyway, because they were just in a basket. So. And they were great. So many really knowledgeable people came, from people that want to do Shakespeare in the Park to University of Idaho sound people. To, it was just amazing the knowledgeable feedback we got. And just the usual leadership, public works and finance. And then this week I have Human Rights Commission. So that's about it.
Drew.
Yeah, pretty straightforward for me. Like Julia, attended the eCity Park open house that we had here in council chambers. Again, great event, had pretty good turnout. Thank you to staff for hosting that and making that happen based off of the request from our citizens. Fortunately, I was away for full-time work, and so I wasn't able to meet. I was filling in for Gina for the Tree Commission and for Farmers Market Commission, but everything's in good hands. Was able to read the notes, nothing that needs to be brought. But a lot of, especially this time of year for Farmers Market, they're working really hard to get kind of geared up and get their bylaws kind of set and established. And so, yeah, and they're going to get really busy here in the next probably month with a lot of things. As I said, gearing up for that. And then council leadership, things like Julie said, just going through items there. And really it's been pretty low the last couple of weeks. So yeah, that's all I have, Mr. Mayor.
Wow. Short month.
Yeah.
Sandra.
Yes, I had the great opportunity, not as a city council person, but my job at the University of Idaho, to take a group of students to Hilo, Hawaii, where they did a service spring break trip, helping a wetlands area protect the native bird, the nene. So that was a delight, and they did some great work. It's the second year in a row we've gone there, which was fabulous. But because of that, I missed the fire meeting, but I did check in with Chief Nickerson to see if there was anything that he felt I should share, and he said, things look good right now, and there were no updates there. So, and happily, I can't believe a trip fell on the spot where I didn't have a whole lot going on. So that was the only thing on my agenda.
Bryce.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Mayor. Like fellow colleagues, I went to the eCity Park open house, eCity Park stage open house a couple of weeks ago. And as Drew and Julia both mentioned, great to have staff's effort to put that forward to the community and hear feedback. And I'll be excited to keep those conversations going. So that was great. Had Public Works and Finance last week. Also, Drew, you sold yourself short on being a panelist for a nonprofit seminar last Tuesday, of which I attended to listen. I did not participate, but Drew and the fellow panelists spoke really well about the various nonprofits that we have in our community. And we're really, really lucky to have such dedicated and diligent people doing really, really passionate work from the nonprofit sector. And then last Tuesday, I attended the Moscow Arts Commission, where they are already starting to talk about themes and shows for 2026. So the arts never die, which is awesome. And then tomorrow, I have Sustainable Environment Commission. So things are moving and grooving.
As for me, weathering through the spring break doldrums, where not much was going on clearly, other than dealing with the Association of Idaho Cities, on which I'm part of the board of directors, trying to make decisions on what the legislature is up to with each and every Senate or House bill that comes through and how they affect the cities within the state, not just Moscow, but the other 196 other municipalities as well. So in favor of, against, or stay out of. And as always with the Idaho legislature, it is interesting at best. Some of the stuff that comes through is good. Mostly it's a giant question mark. What? Why do we need this? So anyway, hubbub ensues, and they've got at least another couple weeks to go. They got to finish settling budget, get a budget projection for how much they're expecting to get after they've already spent it all, and kind of a backwards approach this year. And we'll see how that pans out relative to the funding the rest of the state's operations. And that's what I was up to. Anything from staff?
Nothing from staff.
What's that I hear from council?
I think we should adjourn.
That's
I second that.
Short meeting.
all in favor, say aye. Aye. And we're adjourned. Thank you all for showing up.